Oh, wait, we should probably start recording, yeah? Oh, you want to give us a countdown for that?
I didn't even have it open, so chat. So they can hear us though now. So
Hi guys.
Hey,
I'm
Matt.
sorry that we're late. It's all my fault. I had some real life stuff go on, and I needed to adjust the setup, and that meant literally disconnecting all of the internet in my entire house, and moving my PC onto a new desk, and moving my new desk into where the old desk was that had the PC on it, and what should have taken me about an hour was pushed back about 2.5. So it went from being very ready to be on time to being literally impossible to being on time.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I do want to say Tim was ready to go 10 minutes ahead of time, and then the fan was hit with just a bombardment of fecal matter, and then where we are today. So,
okay,
And I would consider only 25 minutes late not terrible, you know?
par for the course, honestly.
okay,
All right, you want to count down to start recording?
yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I really hope I don't get really loud on this one.
I mean, it again, like I run everything through.
Oh, I know. I just want to make sure I'm not peeking in Audacity first. There we go.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because you can always tell which file's mine because I use a compressor.
I could. I just don't.
No, it's funny though because when I look at like the waveforms and everything, like my volume's the same as yours, but your guys' waves are way more wild than mine.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much.
All right. Hey, Paul, you want to count down for clap sync for us?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Beep.
That was beautiful.
The beep guaranteed that there was an actual waveform for the sync.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I totally get it.
It's been a weekend.
Just where we are now.
It's been a weekend.
It's
Yeah,
been
because
a.
I'm recording through NVIDIA broadcast so that the bonus noise of like me hitting my jewel or me opening my drink or me accidentally knocking my table with my knee does not get picked up anymore.
Yo, by the way, can we get a fuck gamer subs in the chat?
I mean, like, we could do that with G Fuel too, but
No. The only thing G Fuel has going for it are the big shakers, and that's it. That's the only thing they have going for them. You see this shaker? Convenient.
But
to hold this,
but
instead.
This shaker sold out.
Yeah, I still didn't
the
pick
shaker
one of
that
those
I
up,
have
and I
sold
hate
out,
myself.
Well, so
I
I have the
love
waifu. I have the
this
waifu shaker from them, and now I'm just like, can I like scratch
the G-subs one?
can I scratch it off?
Pretty much.
Scratch off the G-subs part.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Welcome to episode 27. My brain just had a fart because I'm just tired. It's been a weekend. It was a good weekend.
Welcome to Comfy is now full blown back into Genshin Impact, and it's bad.
Oh yes. So it's been a good week. It's just been a tiring week. Also, go Tampa. We're in the Super Bowl. Poggies. Brady's the GOAT. No more arguments. I just have
a tiring week.
It has been. I just have stream beats stuff playing in the background from Harris Heller stuff. So like I'm kind of vibing to like super chill.
I am still like a little sore all over.
Really?
Yeah, just like a little bit. But I definitely still feel pain where I shouldn't be feeling pain. You know.
That's that. I want to be amused, but I also don't want to be amused.
Well, it was great because when they were putting me under, they're like, we're going to pump you full of this drug and you're going to feel a lot. And I was like, ow. Yeah, that hurts. They're like, don't worry, you'll fall asleep. So I was like, yeah, no, just faster, please. And now I'm still sore.
See, when I had mine, the first time I did mine, it was, we're going to count down to 10, you know, and 10, 9, 8, 7, out.
No, yeah, that's usually what I deal with. But this time they were like, "Oh, we're gonna start you on this one," and like the doctor there, she was like, "So how are you doing?" And I was like, she was like, "Oh, we haven't really met. You don't really know me." And I was like, "I'm not going to know you. You're gonna know me a lot longer than I'm gonna know you."
That's very true.
and then like that was it. They just got knocked out. And it was like never saw her again. And I was like, that was a good joke.
Good bit.
The other time, so it's just because we were talking football, it reminded me of it. The first time I went under for my elbow, sitting there, I was talking sports with the freaking doctors and my mother. In the middle of my sentence, I was out. Just talking, out. I woke up and finished the sentence.
It's actually so weird to me too, because so as you said, every other time that I've been like put under, which is I'm more often than the average person, unfortunately, but every single time that's happened to me previously, it's just like, it's, as you're saying, they're counting down 10, 9, and then you're just out.
Yep.
Like there's no like dreariness or dream state, whatever. You're just out. This time, first of all, I got to 5, and second of all, I was in a dream state, and I was like, just fucking end my suffering.
When I had my wisdom teeth done, I went under as well, and that one they were like, hey guy, we're putting the drip on now, so give it just a minute. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, so how long is this gonna take? And they were like, not that long. Out. I was like,
listen, if I decided to become a doctor, like I would 100% want to be a surgeon just so that I could put people out all the time. Like I would be like an anesthesiologist just so I could like just drop people, just like, all right, let's go.
Tim, I don't know if I'm like, that scares me.
You don't have an IV drip in your arm right now, do you? Don't look away from the camera.
Just gonna continue to
listen.
Scroll
I think it'd be really entertaining to just be like, oh yeah, hey, you're gonna pass out in like 5 seconds. Wait, how many? Yeah, now. Like, just play it like that. Tell me you'd be mad if that was how your anesthesiologist
Tim, can
asked.
This be the social clip for no reason? I just want this to be the Studio Blake social clip.
I have no qualms with that. Just make sure to edit it and send it to me, and I will post it on Wednesday. It's really that easy.
I've been sending the cursed clips, and I'm loving it.
Oh, there's so many cursed clips.
Some of them, I'm going to send. I'm just gonna start posting cursed clips from podcast episodes at random intervals whenever I'm feeling like it. So just be prepared for that.
I'll keep sending them to you then. As long as you're gonna do something with them, you can have them.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if you send me cursed clips, they'll get posted on our Twitter.
Last week's was I wouldn't fuck a cat, so.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when I was going to post that and with what context, but
see, I'm really glad
that one might not come out for a couple weeks, but it will come out, and it will come out with no context.
See,
or with perfect context. It'll depend.
Okay, this was.
I'm very glad.
We're gonna get introduced to new cat girls and slime, and then Tim's gonna post it.
Yep.
All I was gonna say is I'm just glad I didn't introduce girl I went on date with to the podcast yet, because lol. Just the first thing. First thing.
What? You're saying that the first thing that a girl who meets you shouldn't see is you getting blackout drunk while streaming and watching an anime about fucking another dude while pretending it's your teacher? Whew. Wow. That'd be crazy if that happened to somebody.
Nate, I need you to tell me this story now. Because if that's what happened during the watch party of the goddamn thing, and you told somebody on Tinder about the podcast and your stream,
it was better. It was the girl I went on a date with to go get sushi, right?
Oh yeah, I remember this girl. Yeah, I remember
and she was like asking me about like streaming stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. And so she like found my Twitch, and I was like, oh cool, I really like whatever, I don't care, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And so she was like hanging in chat. She was really nice, super cool, but like I was the person that ended that conversation, and that was like a post. She was one of the 3 people that DM'd me and was like, are you fucking okay right now? Do you need to go to a hospital? And I was like, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I am alive. And she was like, oh, so do you see this going? She was like, do you see this going anywhere? And I was like, no, but I'm honestly surprised you stuck around as long as you did.
That's a good bit. To be
I-
honest,
there's-
that's a great bit.
I can't top that.
She was really sweet. She was really sweet, but like it just wasn't for me. So I was like, okay, yeah.
See, you just have to learn how to make friends with these people now, Nate, because like, then you actually have friends in Tampa.
Hey, there's nothing saying
See-
you can't be friends with Sushi Girl.
See,
There-
see,
there
Tim
is-
knows.
Except that she's too far away for it to be reasonable.
What does that mean? We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it. Let's,
Yeah, let's not just dox
is a
someone on
factor. I want to
podcast.
point that out. Yeah,
To be
so
fair.
I'm currently living at this address. And so if you want to find me or Paul, you can yeah, that's where you can mail us things.
Can we get a Studio Blank PO box?
I was
When I
just
moved
gonna
down there.
say we should get
If
a
the
PO box.
Patreon pays for it.
Okay, let's be fair. We need the Patreon to pay for a lot of things.
How much does a PO box cost?
It's actually not that
Not-
much.
It's
I know
really
it's-
inexpensive, to be honest.
I
I'm
know
pretty
it's
sure
not
the
that much,
Patreon
it's
could
like
pay for it.
Yeah.
Currently.
Speaking of the Patreon, oh man, I've started watching Fire Force.
Oh, Cherry, I have thoroughly enjoyed my Christmas gift. I found it online and bought it on my on my Amazon Kindle app, and I have crushed like all of it. I bought the whole thing. I bought everything that was translated to English already.
I just want to point out that Tim hasn't seen this week's episode of Attack on Titan, which makes me really
I've
upset.
been fucking busy today.
I'm not upset about it, but I'm only upset because, I mean, to be fair, you know what happens. So, like,
To be fair, I also haven't seen this week's episode of JJK, but I know what happens.
I mean, true.
Yeah, the blue-haired waifu continues to be a blue-haired waifu.
Oh, and Toto continues to be Toto.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Toto's
it's a good
Toto's
week.
like 12 out of 10, to be fair.
So real talk, we should probably start the podcast at some point.
Honestly, I thought we were just gonna like wait.
I
for
think,
Paul
like,
to
we
do
can-
the
I can
intro,
just, like,
and the
cut
whole-
back through.
all of this can just be in.
Yo, guys,
we can-
welcome to
that'd
Studio
be cool.
Blank, the anime manga podcast where you can find all your news, views, and reviews on all things Weeb every single week. We've already been talking for the last like 10 minutes
Let's
about anime
just
shit.
keep going. I wanted
So we're
to
just
make
gonna
sure
keep
that we
going.
get that in there somewhere.
Tim hasn't
No, it was-
seen this week's episode of JJK
Of
or
JJK.
Attack on Titan, and all I want to say is Levi is hot.
I mean, yeah.
So they haven't 3D Levi. Like,
There's
I
no
want to be
reason
very
to 3D Levi.
well. You could. You very easily could, especially with a lot of the movements that he's making, and like considering that similar movements made by Mikasa, or as Paul likes to call her, Misaka,
I keep
in
fucking
previous
it up.
episodes.
Yeah. It's Mikasa.
Like, it would have been reasonable for them to do it. It wouldn't. I should say it wouldn't have been unreasonable, but I'm still very happy they haven't.
That's
So-
very fair.
So what I'm
discussion
gonna
point.
say about this is, I am very content with Levi being one of the main characters that they're doing in 2D on purpose, just to give it the Levi feel, right? But given the rest of the the OEM gear is what they're calling it right now, I believe, right? Is it the OEM or OD?
ODM,
ODM.
omnidirectional movement gear.
That. Like we're kind of at the point
Yeah.
where I think we're going to get to the point where we're gonna have to get everything 3D'd because holy shit. But like, I just want to say that Levi is a god. Mikasa also knows what the fuck she's doing. Armin's insane. We knew it was gonna happen, and holy shit, that was an entrance. But I want to bring up what you and I kind of ended up talking about, Nate.
Sure.
I am.
This is Paul at the Nuremberg trials, okay? Like, that's what this is. Because so I'm sitting there and I'm like, now listen, you're looking at this now, and Aaron and Armin and everything that's happened, they're clearly the bad guys. We're the bad guys now. That's the whole fucking point, right?
Now, to be fair,
Tim, let me get this. So, Tim, you're like, Aaron is 100% a bad guy now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, 100%.
Okay.
Aaron is a bad guy.
Therefore,
He's a hot bad guy, but he's a bad guy.
Absolutely. So anybody who, regardless of their intentions or morals, who is aiding and abetting him in his bad guyness is also bad, right?
That is how the law usually works, correct?
So, therefore, we're the baddies. And Paul is over here going, no. Mikasa said they didn't want to. I was like, but she still did.
No. So this is what I said, is given that both Mikasa and Armin were like, I guess we have to go save Eren or we all die, makes it a little bit less of a we're all bad guys than just like, hey guys, let's go murder a bunch of civilians. Because if you also notice, every single time all of the people in the ODM gear, they're like, don't kill the civilians. Don't kill the civilians. And
then
third,
they continue to commit war crimes.
And third, it only all started after Tiber officially declared war on Paradise Island with the entire world watching.
So then they killed civilians.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. Again, like I said, it's one of these, like, Eren decided to do really, really bad thing, and now they're like, well, I guess we're looped into the super bad thing, because otherwise we're all dead, so lol. And I don't like any of it. So, like,
Tim,
we're all bad guys.
you have a lot to say, I can tell. Please.
Okay, so I'm going to start like this.
Oh, no, he got quiet.
Willie Tiber did, in fact, declare war. He did not start by committing war crimes about 5 minutes into this battle. So we're gonna give that point to Eren as being a bad boy.
Agreed. Again, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with all of this.
BOI.
Yeah. Mikasa, Armin, and the rest of the scouts, or the Survey Corps, are also accessories to murder of civilians in a non-combat zone. So they also would still fail at the war crime trial.
Again, not disagreeing.
That's 2 points for Eren and the Survey Corps being the bad guys this time. Number 3, I literally cannot talk about because it's a spoiler. And number 4,
also a spoiler,
Eren is a bad guy.
so Tim, you're basically...
And also, wait. And can we talk about the fact that Flock was like, hey, I know I wasn't supposed to kill civilians, but I'm still gonna set up bombs on the roof of buildings and actively commit war crimes.
Can we also point out that it was Armin's idea to and like do all of to all the civilians? That was Armin's idea. Also, Armin's looking like a fucking snack now. God, he's hot.
I just want to point out that when Armin did he got out of it and was like, oh my god, Bertold, this is what you saw. And you're like...
Yeah, well, yes, but again...
No,
like,
again,
listen,
I'm not disagreeing with the war crimes.
If I go somewhere, right?
I'm just saying,
like a little bird, and the little bird needs water, and I give it a rock, and then I go, oh no, the bird's dead. I'm still a bad guy. Regret doesn't change the action.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm also not killing baby birds, but somebody is killing mass amounts of civilians. And Paul, here's the thing. Even if, right, a worst case scenario, their lives are on the line and they need to fight back, they can do it through engagement in combat, not murdering civilians.
Again,
yeah,
I'm
Paul,
not disagreeing.
There's not a defensible state in which that you can claim that Paradise Island has not committed a multitude of war crimes less than 48 hours into the war.
I'm not disagreeing in the slightest.
Marley's... Did Marley kind of have it coming? Yeah. But let's also remember that the normal fucking soldiers and the normal fucking people aren't the people making the decisions that are like, yo, let's commit war crimes over here. Okay? It's not a fucking counting game about how many war crimes you can commit.
I would like to point out that they are also aiding and abetting in war crimes, given the Eldians and going, oh, look, let's just send Eldians off to their death because they're expendable human beings.
I don't disagree with you.
Like I said, everything's just bad.
War crime does not make good war crimes.
Everything's just bad.
Tim?
2 wrongs do not make a right.
Nope.
Thank you.
And
they make a left. They make a left.
2,000 wrongs also on each side do not make 2,000 correct decisions.
Oh, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left.
Yes, there it is.
So
Armin made the third wrong. It's fine. Armin made the 3rd right. It's fine. Like everything's okay.
But dude, hey, have you ever taken the
saying they're not war crimes if they win? Just because they don't get prosecuted for their war crimes does not mean they're not war crimes.
Have you ever just taken the Jaw Titan and used him as like a shaker for your advanced GG?
No, not sponsored, but willing. Please finish the paperwork.
Try the brand new Warhammer flavor. It's energizing.
I just want to say that like the whole thing is bad, and you can just tell that nobody likes what's going on. Like nobody at all.
Aaron is loving it.
Oh, Aaron loves it. Everybody else.
Okay,
like
here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing.
Loving it.
There's members of the Scouts that are loving this because they
want revenge.
Long held hatred for Marley ever since they've learned about Marley and what happened with the walls. Aaron in particular is incredibly vengeful. Levi, you can tell there is one thing on his mind, and that is, where is that monkey bitch? And like,
to be fair, if that's Levi's only objective, I'm down with that. But it's not.
You don't know where he's going after that.
But it's not. You know, like Levi's like, there he is.
You can tell that everybody has like their own different ideas, and then like what's her name? Scientist lady, glasses.
Hanj.
You can tell she's completely indifferent.
Yep. She's like, I just want our guys to get out. Can we just get out? Can we just leave?
Yeah,
can we
she
go?
Could not care less.
And to be fair, Armin's there too, being like, that's the only way to get here. So like, now that we're here, let's get out so that we don't all die. Lol. It's just all bad.
Looks hot.
He
I just
does.
Want to say that.
Can I get a fuck the Jaeger family in chat, please?
Yo, fuck the Jaeger family. Am I right?
Fuck Zeke. Fuck Grisha. Fuck Aaron. Fuck them all. They're all terrible.
I still want to see like I want to see the Zeke and Aaron interaction once they discuss that, because Zeke knows. Zeke has to know.
I think so.
But I don't know if Aaron knows.
I'm just sitting here like, I know so much and y'all don't know shit.
So I would like to point out, Nate, I want to point out though, I think Aaron has to know at some level though, because once he inherited the memories from...
I mean, the Attack Titan.
He got the memories of the founding Titan though. He didn't get the memories of his father.
No. The Attack Titan.
Oh.
Not only because Grisha had the Attack Titan.
Oh.
So he has the memories from his father.
He now knows.
So essentially what happened was Grisha took the essence of the Attack Titan from himself, gave it to Aaron, and was like, yo, bitch, go.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Grisha was basically playing Marley from the beginning. Grisha's the bad guy.
Yes.
That's why I said, fuck the whole Jaeger family. Fuck Zeke. Fuck Grisha. Fuck Aaron.
And fuck Meister.
So I want to put it this way real quick, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. Grisha's the rabbit that started the race, and that just is like the horrible human being, because if he didn't do that, both of his sons would be like down to chill.
No. That's not true.
Okay.
Now
hit me with it.
So basically, Grisha set up Aaron so that Aaron could counterattack, right? He didn't set up the initial war on Paradise Island, which was led by our good boy Reiner and Berthold and Annie and he who shall not be forgotten, but we forgot anyways.
Marcel.
Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel. Man, what is it? Marcel dies, Marco dies. Poor freckled Jesus.
I'm just sitting here
if the naming convention follows suit and all the M names are dying, if all the M names are dying and everything follows suit, it means Marley must lose and die because it's an M name too. So like,
MAR.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right?
Yep.
So Paradise would not have counterattacked, or we don't know if they would have counterattacked. Grisha might have still been planning something, probably, but they wouldn't have counterattacked as they did or with such ferocity if Reiner, Berthold, and Annie didn't come in and try to completely destroy Paradise.
Well, retake the Founding Titan. But yes.
Hey, you know what?
Bye.
Well, yes.
I mean, I completely understand where Reiner, Bertolt, Marcel, and Annie were at when they made the decision.
Yes, but that's why you can tell Reiner's in a different place now.
Yes.
Because when he was young and making that decision, he was young, full of anxiety and fear and state propaganda.
Yep.
So because he has all of that, he's literally believing anything that I find inside these walls is a demon who wants my blood. There is no humanity there. They are all evil.
Yep.
But then he spends all his time there and finds out that, oh shit, they're people like us, and has this moral conundrum, and now he hates himself because of it.
Yep.
Hey, wow, it's almost like if we just took the time, and this is a really good lesson that you can take from AOT, and the reason it's written the way it is if you just took the time to be empathetic and not a piece of trash, there'd be a lot less problems interpersonally, and between nations. Instead of just focusing on your own fucking nationalism.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Calm down. This is not a political podcast, Tim. You can't be spewing truth You can't be spewing truth like
shut
this.
Up, Paul. The whole point of Attack on Titan is it's an anti-fascist propaganda. You realize that, right?
I do.
That's what it was literally written for.
Yes, I know.
People got so angry about this season and about how both Paradis and Marley look like fascist nations just doing whatever they need to do, and it's like, hey, wow,
maybe they fucking are.
Maybe it's like ultra nationalism is a fucking problem.
And that's exactly what it is, because you have the Marley side.
You ready for this? Ready for this?
Go ahead.
Be the Reiner. I learned from my mistakes. I regretted everything. I tried to make amends. Don't be Eren. Please don't be Eren.
Don't be Eren. Be Reiner instead. Murder a whole bunch of people and realize that you fucked up.
Oh, guys.
And then try to...
Shit. Eren's like literally Hitler.
You guys are putting it together now?
No, he lost the first war and got all mad and then became the leader of his country, is leading them into another war that's doomed to kill everyone on both sides because of his personal grudge. Oh,
you caught on, Nate.
Oh my
no,
God.
I hate it. I hate it.
Thank you for putting it together. I'm very proud of you.
That's like Legos.
Yeah, it's a Lego set. It's a Lego Duplo set. It's really fucking obvious when you just open your goddamn eyes.
I wasn't looking at the instructions, okay?
Everybody was like,
Sorry.
oh, look, Titans. Kaboom.
See, I was
don't
having
see
a
it
really
on
hard time.
first
I was
watch
trying
of
to put
season
together
1 or season 2, but you start to see it in season 3.
Listen, I bought my Lego Death Star. I tried to build the Death Star, and then somehow I just had the Communist Manifesto. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so suffice to say, this season of Attack on Titan is hot.
As you can tell, we're having a good time because we just talked about it for 20 minutes without taking a breather. But hey, if we were to take a breather, is there any news, or are we still like
I found some cute news that I was like, wow, I think this would be cool to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about that in between talking about dismantling fascist regimes.
Yes.
Alrighty. We got the official announcement, like almost a week ago now, of All Routes Lead to Doom, My Next Life is a Villainess Season 2, coming in July.
There we go.
Best Isekai Pro Tag. I'm sorry, I just love Katarina Clay. She's fucking great.
Great. I don't think it was the best, but you're pretty good.
Okay. From start to finish, she is not terrible ever.
I agree.
Subaru is the strongest isekai protagonist as a human being and as a character.
Well, that's
like in terms of being well-rounded.
Yeah.
But from start to finish, she is never bad. She's just a good person doing good things. So, you know what? there is nothing to fault her on. So fuck
Hold
you
on,
guys.
hold on. My brain literally just put together a thing, and I have to ask the question because if I don't, it's gonna bother me. You ready?
Okay.
Is solo leveling technically an isekai?
Shut
Yes.
the fuck up.
Nate, Tim hates me. Okay, continue with news. I'm sorry. It just my brain literally was like.
The answer from me, who has read all of the webtoon. Yes. The answer from Tim, who has read all of the light novel.
I think my answer spoke for itself.
Exactly. It's
Okay. Back to more news. Here was a Kakazu's Our Blood Oath, which was a very cool manga, cool concept. It focuses on a young vampire noble and his human servant, who was raised as his older brother the whole time, and kind of just explores some of like the interpersonal connection with that, the inter-family fighting in the vampire nobles, and how that affects real world life. It's a good manga. It just ended this week. I literally read the last chapter today. Very worth reading. It's like 15 chapters long. Just give it a read. It's quick, it's fast, it's fun.
Good.
So this is not me just beating the horse. But Ride Your Wave, A Whisker Away, Ongaku, Lupin the Third, Earwig and the Witch, and of course, my favorite thing to beat to death, Demon Slayer, have all been nominated for the animated feature Oscar.
Wow.
Let's do that count again. What? Demon Slayer, Earwig and the Witch, Lupin the Third, Ongaku, Ride Your Wave, and A Whisker Away. That's 6 anime films this year, or
so
shows
wait a second.
that were nominated for the animated feature Oscar.
So real quick, Nate, since you got to see the movie, is the animation on par with or better than show?
It is. There is. It is greater than or equal to, except for there is one sequence where they have to use 3D. It had to be 3D. There's no way it could have been done otherwise. And it just looks like when Ufotable tries to do 3D, which they've done previously, as in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. If you remember the end of that, when the giant heart is a big pile of goop, it kind of looked like that. It doesn't really mix well, but it's not necessarily bad. It had to be done. There's no way to 2D draw it. I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Probably. I think so.
It's kind of what I've accepted the final season of Attack on Titan to be. It's like, I know that like if it was a still frame shot and the scene that it came from is a still frame shot, it's very easy to do in 2D. But to get the motion and to get the actual live feel of it, it needed to be 3D for it to be properly animated.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
And the reason I ask is because I was like, if this is going to be for like nominated for a, that kind of Oscar, like I was just wondering because, I haven't seen it yet. So. Okay.
So there are 27 films nominated for that Oscar, and it's competing with movies like The Croods, A New Age,
oh wow,
Soul,
Over the Moon.
Soul was so good.
Soul, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's bold prediction. Soul's gonna win. Done. Like that's it.
Honestly, I would be okay with that.
I'm not even upset.
Soul looks like a really good fucking movie, and I haven't seen it yet, and I've been really wanting to.
I haven't either. So here's the thing, and this is why I fucking hate the Oscars, right? The animated section, they do not do due diligence to. They never have. They won't unless they get a separate panel specifically for it because nobody respects it as a category. They just genuinely don't care. For example, it was one of the years, fucking Boss Baby won?
Yeah.
And it was against Your Name.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And this is the other.
When the judge, no, here's the thing. When the judges were asked, did you watch all of the movies? They said, no, I asked my kids if they saw them and asked their opinions on it. And they had young children, 10 to 12. So
here's what I'm also going to say about that.
They don't care. So it's
Hollywood also has this tendency to glorify. I was gonna say glorify the newest thing as opposed to the best done thing.
Well, it's not even that. It's at this point it's a popularity contest of, is it animated? Cool. Was it made in the US? Well, it has to be made in the US. We're the Oscars. It's a US based award. It has to be made in the US. If it's anime, fuck that.
Okay.
And then they find the thing with the largest reach that will make people the least mad.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is I don't see how any of the animated films that were made in the US that are up for this Oscar, other than Soul, have any ground to stand on that it has a larger reach than Demon Slayer. And the reason I say that, and if Demon Slayer does not win, like if Soul wasn't in this category and Demon Slayer lost, I would be pissed. Like if Soul wins, I'm okay. I can live with that. I'm fine. But like when you look at the fact that there is a Studio Ghibli film in there, which the last time there was a Studio Ghibli film in there and it got nominated, it still didn't win, which I will never understand.
Yep.
But like the fact that Demon Slayer was shattering box office records, like destroying them. If the board,
so I just want you to know, I'm looking at all of the animated winners from since the year 2010.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You have Disney Pixar.
Yep.
In 2010.
Surprise.
2011 was Rango. 2013 was Frozen. 2014 was Big Hero 6. 2015
Fair.
was Inside Out. 2016
Fair.
was Zootopia. 2017 was Coco. 2018 was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
of course.
Yeah.
That one was actually like
Coco
that was
as
up in
well.
the Isle of Dogs.
Like Coco
as well is very good.
Yes.
But like, and then 2019 was Toy Story 4. Here's the thing. In 2017, when Coco won, granted, very good movie.
Yeah.
That was the year that Your Name came out.
Yeah.
Your Name didn't get a nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have mind Coco winning that either.
With Your Name,
even with Your Name in the category. Like,
no, of course not. But the fact that these these movies are getting completely snubbed, and like I Want to Eat Your Pancreas in 2018 didn't get mentioned at all, didn't get any recognition.
Yeah.
I'm also mad that Weathering with You did not get a nomination.
I was just about to bring up Weathering with You didn't get a nomination at all either. Like, these are very good movies. These are hard-hitting, well-made, high-budget movies that raked in so much money in the box office, and they're getting completely snubbed because they're foreign.
Yep. I mean, Parasite. Like, let's talk about Parasite real quick, because Parasite's the only non-American movie to win an Oscar, I think, in like
a long time,
really long time. And even then, people were whining. And people were whining for like weeks. They were like, "Why do I have to watch this with subtitles?" Like,
yeah, it's and literally like people get mad.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's stupid. And that's like obviously where I'm talking about why I don't give a fuck about the Oscars is because of all of these reasons. They're not good.
Yeah, no, the Oscars are fucking terrible. But I was like, you know what? At least 6 anime films got nominated this year for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Well, they're in that category. They're not necessarily nominees yet. Because we need because they're gonna bring it down to a final 5.
Yeah, but like they were at least submitted for nomination. That alone is better than nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Soul's gonna win. It's not even gonna be a debate. Soul is Disney Pixar.
It's just so well done too.
It's from what I know, it's a very well done, heartwarming story, which came out at a time when a lot of people needed it.
Yep.
Yeah. Again,
so,
I have no qualms with it winning.
None whatsoever. Like especially like Demon Slayer is not going to win for a variety of reasons. That also like the story in Demon Slayer Mugen Train it's good, but it's not. It doesn't compare to like a standalone movie would.
Yep.
Like. Am I glad that Demon Slayer made more money than Your Name? Yes. Would I watch Your Name again before I watch Demon Slayer again?
Yes.
Also, yes. It's a different connection with it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, like Your Name was one of the films that got me really back into like being a week-to-week anime watcher because
Oh, dude, I fucking cried. Like,
bro, that
movie made me feel emotion, and I was like, holy shit.
I bawled in my goddamn dorm room, and my roommate at the time looked at me and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Honestly, no, not at all."
I remember going out to dinner.
This is
and
when
I
I
had,
get
red eyes. And
this is when I get
My
crucified.
roommate and his buddy, my roommate and my friend are like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't laugh at me. I was watching anime. And it was really fucking sad." And they were like, "Okay, all right." And then I explained the scene. It was the handwriting scene.
I still haven't seen it.
All right.
I have it
This
on
is what I get-
Blu-ray. You know this, right?
I did not know this, but now that you have the PS5, we can totally watch it on Blu-ray.
We can't though because my PS5 is discless. I have an
That's
Xbox.
tough.
It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So what I was going to say is,
Like I said, this was me getting crucified. Is
to move on from those Oscar submissions for nomination.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a show that I'm actually highly excited for because I've read the manga and it's funny. It's a like slightly ecchi, very comedic manga. It's called Dorm Mother of the Goddess's Storm. And the only way to describe it is by reading the synopsis. The story centers on a 12-year-old boy, Koshi Nagamo, who finds himself homeless, penniless, and without relatives to care for him. As he lies on the street, he gets picked up to become the dorm mother of a dormitory full of troubled women's university students. Surrounded by idiosyncratic and difficult older women, Koshi begins a slightly edgy new life. It's a funny show. The manga was funny. I enjoyed it.
You had me at ecchi.
And it's a good bit. It's just, and the character designs they're great. I'm gonna just send you guys. I'm just gonna post it in that channel, and you guys can look at it and you can tell me how you feel.
Oh, she's got pink hair and blue eyes. All right, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love Atena.
Oh,
She's
and
great.
she's got some massive mommy milkers as well.
Yeah, and if
Paul's fucking mad at me for that one.
okay, and I should say, Atena Saotome's VA is someone that I very much enjoy seeing them in. They're in a lot of stuff. This is their first time getting to have like a real lead role, and I'm very excited. And you've seen her in lots of interesting stuff. Like she's in Kaguya-sama, she's in High School DxD, she's in Fruits Basket, she's in Erased, she's in Bungo Stray Dogs, she's in Bloom Into You, she's in
a lot of side
Assassination
characters.
Yeah, and so like seeing her as a main character makes me happy. She does a very good job. Someone in chat is very excited about this, so I'm glad that I got to talk about it a little bit. It's a great manga. Another great manga that we're or I should say light novel that's coming out shortly is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, and we're getting that in April.
I'm so excited for Don't Bully Me Nagatoro.
Yeah, we got our first full promo video, and I'm excited. I fucking love Nagatoro.
It's gonna be
great.
cute, fun, and lighthearted.
Yeah, and after the year that we had, having shows lined up that we know are going to be cute, fun, and lighthearted is a great thing.
Absolutely, I'm all for it. I'm very happy with the fact that they're turning that into an anime.
Okay,
especially after the winter season being full of heavy hitters that are a lot more serious for the most part.
Yes,
I want to.
I hear it. Why is it whenever we're doing this podcast?
I don't know.
The UPS just hates the
It hasn't
podcast,
done
man.
anything in like 3 weeks.
Well, so
just
speaking of
hates the
movies
podcast.
that Paul hasn't seen,
Nah,
Go
ahead.
Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 put out a 15-second TV spot,
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's a really cool TV spot. I watched
and
it.
they didn't give us a new release date.
That's very
Just,
true.
I don't think they have a new release date for Japan yet.
Nope, they don't. They don't have a release date. The movie's
Oh.
like they can release it whenever they want. They just haven't.
True.
Yeah. So there's one other piece of really interesting news, and it fell into the interest category on Anime News Network, and I saw it, and I was like, this is kind of a cool bit, and I love this. I'm just gonna read this article to you. Virtual YouTuber agency HoloLive CEO Motoaki Yagu time ago announced that the company is recruiting staff for a new online service involving the HoloLive performers and fan community. To that end, HoloLive is looking for people who can fulfill the following roles: virtual live event, game, community app, etc. managing director, an online game production engineer who would work directly with the CTO, a technical artist, and a 3D CG modeler handling both VTuber characters and backgrounds. The whole point of this is so that they can create a, as Yagu put it, a metaverse where you can bridge the gap between like the language barrier gap between the Japanese, the Indonesian, and the English VTubers and the fan community. And they want to create like a full live game where you can hang out with your favorite VTubers and not have to worry about not knowing a single word of Japanese or a single word of English. And that's really what he hopes for. And the ideal is, this is the statement: the ideal is to create a service where everyone can live online as a 2D character. He wants everyone to be able to live out their dreams of being an anime waifu. And honestly, I'm so down.
I would make such a good waifu.
So yeah, I was like, that's a cool bit. And you know, Giggrick put it really well in his Anime of 2020 statement that it's no longer being a weeb is like just liking anime. It's now like you can like anime and not like give a shit about the rest of the weeb community. And because it feels like those of us that give a shit a lot about like anime, manga, light novels, the whole thing, have also dove very deep into the HoloLive, and VTuber hole this year. That is part of otaku culture, and it's a good thing. Honestly, I really cannot wait for my VTuber model. I'm getting some of my some of the first work in progress pics later this week. So I'm excited for that, for the model. So that might get leaked on Twitter. That's a might. I don't know. It'll depend on how I'm feeling. It'd be crazy if it got
leaked from not your account, like my account.
Yeah. So
we could run a fake internet scandal. People love drama.
Yeah, that's a good way to promote the podcast. But yeah, so I was like, I saw the HoloLive hiring news, and I was like, you know what? That's a good bit. And for someone who maybe listens to the podcast and is fluent in Japanese and has any of those skills, go apply for the job. Work for HoloLive. Hook me up. I want to be a Holostar. I'm willing to give up the rest of my internet career to be a HoloLive VTuber. Goodbye to Tim McAfee. Hello to whatever my new VTuber name is.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happens. I'm very aware of who, Gura used to be on the internet, but that person is effectively dead. And that's okay, because we still get more of that person's content just as a VTuber. So that's all the news that I pulled.
Hey.
And honestly, considering how this episode is going, I'm so glad that I titled it Memes, Dreams, and Terrible Weebs.
Oh, we're being very bad weebs. Very, very bad.
I mean, I'm terrible. I haven't watched either episode of the shows that I have been preaching about.
Okay.
But I did rewatch some Baki with some of my housemates this week because they just I walked into one of them starting episode 2 and I was like, now I'm here. And we watched 12 episodes of Baki.
So I have started doing what I'm supposed to do, which is watching Fire Force Season 2. The Patreon.
I'm very proud of him.
Very, very kindly requested that I watch Fire Force Season 2. And let me tell you, Tim, I'm 5 episodes in. I don't care. I don't like. I'm just indifferent to this show. Is it well animated? Yes. Are the powers cool? Yes. Does the story make sense? Yes. Am I intrigued and I want to know what happens next? Yeah. If I stopped watching it now, would I ever care? No. Like,
And that's
I'm just
okay, honestly, because I have a great feeling about how the rest of the manga is going, from what I've seen and what I've read. And if it's anything like Soul Eater, it's gonna end up terrible anyways.
oof, ouch. Yeah. So I'm on episode 5 now. We'll see if my opinion changes. I'm open to something new, but like, it's not hitting me.
And that's fair. I
do
my
like
first
Pink Haired
watch of-
Girl though.
My first watch of Fire Force, I also felt that same way. Like, or of season 1, like I just couldn't get into it. I didn't care. Like, I'm still relatively indifferent to Fire Force's existence. Like I enjoy it. It's a good show. Like it's doing like they do a lot of things right with it. It's just
like I can't really like break it apart and be like, this is a bad show and these are the reasons why. It's just I'm not entertained by it.
Not enough to give a shit about it, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
and I was talking to Paul about this earlier. I was like, these specific frames, like these impact moments, these fights, they're all really good. I just like the connecting tissue isn't all there for me. You know?
and it's not there for everybody, and no one.
And I want to point out that Ogun is probably my favorite character in the entire series.
And what did I say when he showed up and we had Rec on for like episode 5 of the podcast that Ogun will be one of the best characters in the show, and
Which
he is.
one's Ogun?
He's the.
You haven't met him yet, I don't think.
No, you should meet him in episode 5. He's the black
African American dreads with the skateboard thing.
Yeah, you meet him in like episode 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's walking around the 4th.
Have you seen his kit yet? Have you seen what he can do?
I've seen the opening of the anime.
It's
Okay,
better
so
than
you
the
haven't-
opening.
Yeah. I will.
It's not
explain
even
that
close.
Flamey Ink is one of the coolest kits of any of the fire powers, and I think you're gonna love it.
I don't know. I like Ice Fire.
Ice Boy is
Fire
dope
cool-
too, but
Literally,
Flamey
I
Ink
showed
is
up and I was like, nice. You're my new favorite character.
Yeah. The fact that he can manipulate heat that way is a really cool ability.
Manipulate heat into sound and sound into ice. Like,
Yeah.
they do way too much thinking on this show to explain pretty particles.
Yeah, thermal energy conversion as your kinetic ability is pretty fucking sick. As a mechanical engineer,
But it's funny because
Like,
it's like I
the
watch like
kits are
JoJo's
really
Bizarre
cool.
Adventure and it's like I can stop time. How? The power to stop time. You watch Fire Force, I can stop time. How? Well, you see, I stop the thermal expansion and heat death of the universe, and because of that, time doesn't exist for anybody except for me. It's like,
okay.
okay.
At least there's
all right.
At least the physics make sense for
Yeah,
the most part.
it's just
Or
disgusting.
When Shinra goes faster than the speed of light, it's like, okay, sure, that technically is a thing that you could do.
That works. It makes sense. Good job. You brought
at the
logic into the anime where people turn into fire.
At the quantum level, you technically could do that. So if he's breaking himself down to quantum particles, technically speaking, yes, he could move faster than the speed of light and rewind time. That is a thing that can happen.
I
That
just
is
want
how
to point out
wormholes
that he
work.
hasn't seen Benny do more Benny things yet, and I'm waiting for him to do that just because Benny is Benny.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. God, we're like 50 minutes into this podcast, and honestly,
I was about to be like, hey, do you want to reschedule? But we've just been rolling.
yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes you just need a meme episode to talk about dumb shit, and
And you know what? I think we'll continue this meme episode after the break.
a message from our sponsors.
So it's not showing up on my thing. I just don't know
Uh-huh.
what it sounds like when I do talk.
There's a little bit of a buzzing.
I'd rather finish out the podcast and just let this be a bitch then.
Yeah, no, like,
and it'll get cut out in post anyway, I assume.
Yeah, because here's the thing, it's really, really easy to remove like a single high-pitched squealing.
Yep.
Because it's just high register, remove it, and it'll find it and remove it. And if I can't clean it up, then
oh well, 1 week.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we will apologize. We can just record an apology clip at the end of the episode, and we can insert it at the start of the episode.
Or something along those lines. Like, it's really not
Exactly.
difficult.
Honestly, I should just use the Patreon money to go get a new power supply. Lol, because it was like $200.
You know what?
Thank you for the patrons.
Yes, thank you to the patrons. You beautiful, beautiful motherfuckers. You are
We
saving
love
our
you.
skins on multiple occasions.
Can I
We
make a
love
point
you
real
so
quick
much.
as well? The Hitori no Shita Outcast fight from opening of season 3 didn't get included in the Crunchyroll best fights list, and I'm upset about it.
Sorry,
What
what?
show?
It's Hitori no Shita, the Outcast. It's like not hyper popular, but the guy who did the
I
fight,
literally haven't seen it.
the guy who did the fight is the same guy who did like all of the classic OG Naruto fight choreography, and then gave us Momoshiki versus Sasuke and Naruto.
Are you talking about the one from the Chinese anime that was absolutely like? Also, that show did not get nearly enough.
You're talking about
appreciation.
Fog Hill of the Five Elements.
No. That's
Is
not the one.
Hitori no Shita Chinese?
I'm pretty sure the one that you're talking is that not the one that Gigguk talked about in his anime of 2020?
I'm pretty sure it is, but like it didn't get put on the top fight list, and I was really upset about it.
Now I need to go look at Gigguk's channel.
Because it's this fight here. I'll just send it to you. I'll put it in the studio in the group chat.
Okay.
It's this fight.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Hitori no Shita is a Chinese anime.
Oh, okay.
And yes, this fight is criminally underrated. And this anime was criminally underrated because I wanted to watch it somewhere, but
It's
could
on
not
Crunchy.
find it.
It's on Crunchy.
How did I miss it on Crunchy?
I started the first like 3 episodes and then was like, and then I was told like keep watching, it gets better. But like if you want to like just totally go, because it's season 3, it's already at season 3, right? Like season 3 was opening in April of this last year of 2020. So like I'm down to go watch it. Yeah.
Two.
They only have
This
season
is
2.
season. Yes,
Then where's season
That's-
1?
season 1 is also there.
Okay. Yeah.
Season 1 and season 2 are there, but season 3, which is this fight is from, is not there.
Is it exclusive to Funny?
It might be, I don't know. But I was very confused because I was like, I had heard that season 3 was coming out, and that then I saw the staff list and was like, oh shit, that could be pretty sick, and then could not find it. And then I saw it again in Gigguk's thing, and I was like, oh,
It looks like it's only
is it only on Funimation?
no,
Am
it's
I
only
just-
on Tencent apparently for the first
Oh,
year. And then it
fuck
shows
me
up June
in the
2021. June 2021 as it looks like for English.
I
for
hate
Crunchy.
I hate my entire life. I hate my entire life.
Same.
Well, looks like you're gonna have to go sailing the 7 seas for that one.
Just like I sail the 7 seas every single week when I read One Piece.
Dude, okay. Me and Steph's watching the Demon Slayer movie, we couldn't take it seriously after a certain period of time.
Yeah, I feel like that's the problem with that translation that you were getting because it's terrible.
It was a literal translation of everything that they said.
Yeah,
There was
that's the problem.
and that's the problem with a lot of languages is like English has a lot of words.
It has
That
a lot
sounds
of words.
it sounds really dumb, but English has a lot of words because other languages have a lot of context.
Yeah,
And so when you take Chinese or Japanese or languages with different sentence structures and one-to-one translate it, it doesn't make sense.
yeah, it's terrible.
Because
yeah,
like
no.
as I said before to you, like Rengoku, which translates to purgatory, was referred to as Mr. Purgatory the entire time.
Yeah, that's terrible.
We also got Be My Stepchild. We got Barbean, who was Nezuko.
Yeah, Barbean. That's literally like, it's just the weirdest connotation of the characters, but that is that is a breakdown of one half of the kanji in her name and the other half of the kanji in her name. And
Yeah,
the thing
that's the thing.
the best part is there was like, you could have broken it down with those kanji multiple different ways, and they picked Barbean.
No, the best thing is, it changes throughout. Like, it doesn't stick to one fucking translation. The only one that's consistent is Rengoku. It's the
That's
only
fucking
one
terrible.
that's consistent. It was kind of hilarious, but seeing as Cephs and I combined have more than 5 brain cells, and we understand enough Japanese to like get by, we could use context and the bad translations that they gave us and got the full experience out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this up because I'm gonna go insane hearing this through my headphones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, welcome back to episode 27 of Studio Blink. Somebody else
I
take
thought
it
we
over.
were already back.
I mean, we've basically been back. If you don't know the sub the plant, that. Just keep going. Lol.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll find a spot. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, I'm still upset about that fight not being on the list. Because that fight's fucking
A lot
hot.
of stuff that deserved to be on the list that wasn't there. Again, the BNA opening, not on the opener list.
Tim, can you think of any other fights that we like missed that should have been on that list too?
Let me just go through.
Outside of like the
Honestly-
JJK shit that like we already talked about.
No. How about the Anos versus Cannon fight? That fight was okay. That fight, there were some fights on that list that could have easily been replaced by that fight, and that list was still bad. With the Anos versus Cannon fight on it, but at least there would have been that fight would have replaced one of the ones that felt like it had no emotional context, where at least that fight had emotional context and a story consequence.
Here's the thing though, I don't think context matters in a fight scene when you're rating it in the way that they are.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that it would be unfair to anything because say I'm gonna give an example here. Say Black Clover had a really, really important, high tier, well animated fight scene, right?
That would require Black Clover to be properly animated the entire time.
That's why I'm saying just follow me here for a minute, all right?
Okay.
So
I'm listening.
The fight that I was thinking about from Black Clover didn't air in that season because I think there is a fight from Black Clover that totally should be there. But
so let me get there. First of all, they had all of 2020 to pick from. There's a lot of Black Clover in there. Second of all, my point being, if something happens 140 episodes into an anime, there's a lot more historical context behind it, and the meaning behind everything has a much higher value, as opposed to say JJK, which had a fight scene from the very first episode. Now, if the context and the meaningfulness of the fight from Black Clover was significantly more than the fight from JJK, then Black Clover would win based on that. But I don't think that that's fair because I think that in the terms of a fight scene, you're not going based off the context and the story connotation. You're going based off of the animation, the choreography, and the art direction.
see, I would agree with
I
that.
think that's a completely fair argument.
I would just make the point that if that was the case all the time, we would have gotten a fucking the final battle from Fairy Tail on the list. And
I highly disagree.
The final battle from Fairy Tail was not like the Natsu fight there with
Acnologia.
That's one of those
Acnologia
context fights.
Well, that's my
that
point.
is the context
And
fight.
that's my point. Is like if you assume that like context rules some of these, then like if that was the defining rule, we would have gotten that fight on the list, and I would have disagreed. That's my point. So like
no.
But that's my thing. I don't think context has a place there. I think context has a place in a lot of other categories. Particularly like the best voice actor is very important to the context that the character was given. And their ability to perform to that tier. Lots of like the best anime, best drama, best fantasy, stuff like that. It's very contextual because it matters what else happens in the world and not just an individual moment. But the fight scene is a very individual moment type thing.
So looking back
That's
at
fair.
Black Clover real quick, I don't remember if it actually.
There was nothing in Black Clover in 2020 that was even worth mentioning.
That's why it was my go-to as an example, because there was no way that this could be a real argument. It's a joke. I'm just hating on Black Clover for all you Black Clover fans out there.
We did get one suggestion in chat that I think would have actually been okay even without the context is Anos versus the Time God. fight
I don't.
was spectacular to watch.
No, I'd say Honest versus Lei inside the stadium.
That one also had pretty good choreography. Again, I also just want to circle jerk Misfit a little bit.
I think Misfit's good. I don't think it's that good. Like, I like it, but I don't like it to the level that you guys circle jerk it.
Oh no,
And I honestly don't believe that I don't think that the animation in Misfit is anywhere near the level of the animation of the fight scenes that we got that were thrown into the category. That's partially because it's a seasonal anime. It's partially because it's a dollar store light novel. But like, that's.
I mean, we got.
That's it.
We got the Mori versus Jagal fight, and that one was spectacularly under animated and not as much fun to watch as the the Daewoo versus Mori fight.
Yes.
And
but we also got the Daewoo versus Mori fight.
Yeah, that one deserved to be on the list, but the Jagal Mori fight did not.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I think that any single individual fight from God of High School, regardless of how high you place it on your tier list, will beat out any individual fight from Misfit.
Oh no, absolutely.
I think that the animation is 5 tiers higher. It's significantly better, and it's focused.
Okay.
The show is focused around the fights.
Okay, then I'll make the point. Like, there should have been at least a fight, like the ending fight from Railgun.
The ending fight from Railgun this season was actually fucking insane.
Like, Railgun should have been on there.
It, so I can't make an argument one way or the other.
It's hot. Like that's in there. I'm trying to figure out what like section from Black Clover. Like,
you're gonna be thinking for a long time, bud.
No, I'm pretty sure we got the final fight technically in the like the winter.
You got the one before the time skip.
Well, no, because we had fight versus Big Demon, where Asta and Yuno did like full on spirit form and full on demon form that he could achieve at the time against Big Demon, like with Licht and what's his name, who was like the old Wizard King, like that whole thing.
That's also going to go on my big monster plus big sword does not equal big fight.
I would agree. I just think
because correct me if I'm wrong, but Black Clover is very similar to Fairy Tail in the sense that it looks nice, but it doesn't look extraordinary.
That's fair. And again, for me, it's a lot like Naruto. And I'm not talking about Shippuden, I'm talking about original Naruto, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I already do. The pro tag takes away from the entirety of that show. If the writing for the pro tag did not include so much incessant and stupid screaming that was completely pointless, the same thing can be said for Fairy Tail. The show would be, for a large portion of it, a lot better to watch.
Well, so okay, real quick. Technically,
it's
Slime
funny that you
Sakai.
say that because now I realize that Natsu is like the lowest on like my 3 tiers of yelling that I hate.
Yeah,
which is Natsu, Naruto, and then Black Clover. I forget his name.
Asta.
Yeah, that's it. It's like that's my tier list now.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I can actually stand Natsu screams because when they come, there is usually a point to them.
And granted, it's the same exact yell every single time for my friends, but like,
at least there is a context to it that makes sense. Whereas Asta just yells all the time.
Yep.
For no goddamn constantly
reason.
At a 10.
Yep.
And sometimes I need him at a 2.
Exactly. Natsu at least has those 2s. So
the same could be said for Naruto, but it feels like again a majority of the time he's on a 10. And that's
I put him in the middle there. He's the 2-star in that list.
But Shippuden makes it a lot better, and I'm hoping
again. That's why I said the fault is with original Naruto and not as much with Shippuden.
That's what I'm hoping for Black Clover.
Naruto is like on a 4 pretty much all the time, and when he needs to be on a 10, he's on a 10. And I can take Naruto at a 4. Like, I want him at a 2, but at a 4 is acceptable.
Because Black Clover just hit the Shippuden point with the time skip, right? Like, Asta's supposed to be more mature, he's supposed to be a lot hotter, and he's supposed to scream less.
And if it's anything like the manga, Asta's going to be like on a 4 most of the time and at a 10 when he needs to be. And that alone will make me want to watch Black Clover again.
Yep.
because there's a
There you
lot
go.
of
There's a lot more
There's a lot
like
of sections.
even in the first 3 episodes, there's a lot more like speaking than the screaming that he would normally do. He occasionally does that because like it's stylistic for the character. Whoop-de-doo, right? But like when he's shitting on these like knights inside this battle thing, it's just him talking, being like, "What are you doing?" Like, and it's fine.
What are you doing, step bro?
I'm committing.
Oh no.
Well, I'm the only one on the podcast now, so this is a fun time. For those of you that are listening to this after and not watching the live recording, I'll give you the play-by-play. Paul got up. Nate realized Paul was getting up. Nate ran as far away as possible, ran out the door of the apartment. Paul chased him down with a pillow, and as soon as Nate walked back in the room, Paul tried to delete Nate with the pillow.
I figured
it
it'd
was
just make a
kinda
great
comical.
social clip.
But Nate caught it with one hand.
I just figured it'd make a great social clip. That's all.
I am
Again,
going.
we're doing it for the content.
Content.
I have
Hey,
a
guys.
new pillow now.
You know, there was a suggestion in chat this week that you, because I was late, that you guys should have taken my thunder. You guys are doing a very shit job of that. So just
100%.
I am trying to give you so much fucking thunder because I feel so bad about the last 3 times that we've gotten to a chat together and we just steamroll everything that you say. Doesn't fucking matter if you have like a valuable opinion or insight. We just steamroll you. And I feel like shit because of it. So
I
you know,
partially feel bad. I also partially don't want to try and talk with this annoying whine in my ear.
that's a very valid reason. But also I went back and rewatched all of the first part of season 2 of ReZero, and I realized that Yusuke Kobayashi was not nominated for the scene with Echidna. He was nominated for the scene in episode like 3 with his parents.
I think it was 4.
It might have been 4. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day.
I was watching that scene with 2 of my housemates, both of them who, again, hated ReZero, thought it was a slog to get through season 1, and hated Subaru, and they watched that scene, and I watched both of them shed tears at Yusuke Kobayashi's performance as Subaru when he's sitting on the park bench with his dad. And I was like, that alone should give you the exact reason why if this man does not win Best VA Performance for Japanese, I don't know who deserves it more.
He deserves
there's
it.
literally nothing. There's literally nothing you can do to convince me that he did not win that category by a landslide.
Oh no, he
Because
like
even
best
on
VA
rewatch, I was fucking crying.
Well, you also need to remember, like, not only to your roommates, but also me, someone who fucking hated ReZero season 1 and was like, fuck
I'm
this
not excited
character,
for this.
fuck this guy, I don't care. And like, I was very clear going into it when ReZero season 2 is starting. I was like, I'm not excited for this. I'm going to sit along for the ride and see what happens. And I had a complete 180. Like,
Yeah. Like, and can we talk about the fact that into season 2, part 2, Yusuke Kobayashi out here still clapping people with absolutely top tier performance.
can we just point out that we're 3 episodes into ReZero season 2 part 2 and we still don't have the opening?
Yeah. I have no idea when we're getting it. And honestly, if we're just gonna keep getting 29-minute episodes with no opening,
Okay. Sorry, continue.
no opening, no closing, no cuts, 29 minutes of raw ReZero content. If this is what the rest of season 2 part 2 looks like, season 2 part 2 already has a nomination for me for anime of the year for 2021 because fuck it, that's the most content we're gonna get from any one show at any sitting in a 12 episode season.
So this is always my go-to to like compare like how much content you're getting per episode is Fairy Tail during the Tartarus arc, because you start the show, you get 5 minutes in, then you get the opening, and that's 6.5 minutes of your time already gone, not including the 1.5 minute closing sequence and 30 seconds that they have to preview the next episode. Those are the 2 minutes. That is 9.5 minutes of your 2250 runtime that you're not getting content out of. Like,
and that was when I learned how to speed skip anime.
Same. Like, so that's, say you're getting a good 11, 12 minutes on a good day out of one of these episodes from a long running show. On a normal show, you're getting good 15, 16 minutes. Just, benefit of the doubt. ReZero has consistently given us 28 minutes per episode with no cuts, no intro music, no outro music, just content from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. There are very few shows that I sit down and watch all the way through the end credits for and all the way until it stops. We have gotten like 5 episodes worth in 3 episodes. It's very good.
It's a plus. Like, think about it this way: if they do a director's cut of season 2, like they did for season 1, I'm not sure what they're going to put in as the stuff that got cut out of any of these episodes, because they had already met runtime for an episode with what they put in there. What else is going in that episode?
So also this past week's episode made me want to go back and watch the ReZero movie because I haven't done that yet.
Okay. The Frozen Bond OVA. I wish everyone that could have started season 2 had watched it, because it gives you so much context. And now that it is out, and it came out between the 2 seasons, you should watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. It is available for non-premium members now. Just fucking watch it.
So, Tim,
it gives you such a good idea of why Amelia is the way she is and why Puck did what he did.
So, question, does it give you... They revealed something to the anime-only watchers this week. Did you watch this week's episode?
Yes. Maybe.
Okay. So they revealed something at the very end about Amelia. Does it provide more context to that?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Does it reveal that in the movie as well, or was that an anime reveal?
I want to say... I'd have to go back and make sure, but I'm pretty sure, like, the movie had given you a little bit of context.
But this was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, like, now you're like 100% sure that they've closed that potential, like, oh, but could it be this? No. Now you're like 100% sure that it's this other thing.
There were a couple moments that I screamed during anime last week, and that final scene of last week's ReZero was definitely one of them.
I could hear it.
Oh yeah. You can hear me when I yell when cool things happen.
Also, can we talk about the previous week's episode of ReZero where Subaru just sits there and he like tells Amelia the whole thing and he just lays it out and is just one of the best people we've seen a version of Subaru be. Like, how great that episode was. Like,
and they kissed.
I'm not even like a Subaru Amelia shipper. Like, I love Rem. I'm a Rem stan 100%. But God, that was a feel good moment. You know what? Like,
this was the first time that I actually was like, you know what? Yeah,
I could be okay with them.
You two can be together, because up until then, it has been incredibly one-sided from Subaru's part. Amelia just being like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Leave me alone. Stop. Like, I don't know. You're not a dog. Stop humping my leg. And Rem over here, who is just like, listen.
Please hump my leg. Please be the dog that humps my leg. I am begging.
Well, there's a social clip for you.
It's the cursed one.
Yeah, that's a curse. That's a cursed clip right there. But so that's like my point. Like, Rem came out and was like, I've spent time with you. You know me. I know you. We have this relationship. We have this rapport. And I love you. And I want you to know that. How you feel about me. And he's just like,
sorry?
I listen. When I was rolled into this world, I get to choose one waifu, and I already chose that one. So get in the back of the bus. Like, this is literally what happens. He just shuts her down and is like, nah, not today.
To be fair, at least he was honest.
That is,
yes.
Again, there's not a lot of good Subaru moments in season 1, and like while that moment hurts for those of us that want Rem to be happy and be, you know, at least he is real with her about it and there's no like beating around the bush. It's a very honest and open discussion about it.
And I like that Rem too is also like, this is another reason she was one of the best characters. She's like, I accept that. There's nothing I can do to change this. I'm going to do everything I can to help you.
Yep.
Just right off the bat, just like, you know what? If that's your will, that's your will. I'm not going to be the one to change that. Respect it. And in fact, because I respect you, I'm going to help you out. Let's go.
Yeah. And then she's just not there.
Yeah, she just fucking dies essentially.
Oh, God damn it.
She's just gone.
Honest to God, part of me wonders if that was the writer being like, shit, I made Rem so good. I haven't done anything for any of the other characters. I have to put her in a box. How do I put her in a box so I make sure everybody else is good now? Just like, hold on, Rem, here, stay there for a moment. Let me, Subaru, it's your turn. Amelia, your turn.
Arc 4 is 100% the Amelia show, and I'm okay with it. Honestly, with how it's going, I'm okay with it.
Is this Arc 4?
Yes, this is Arc 4.
Okay. I'm assuming it's... I don't even know what the fucking arcs are.
It like the first arc is all the way up until... It's like the first arc is weird.
The mansion?
Yeah, I think so. And then the second arc is to the selection. And then
the second arc is to him like getting sick and dying in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's a weird one. The third arc is the white whale into getting to Sanctuary, and then the Sanctuary stuff is Arc 4.
This is a very clear-cut arc. Everything before this kind of...
It's like the boundary is weird between 3 and 4, it feels like.
Yeah.
But Arc 4 is very well clear-cut and very well defined. And Arc 4, from what I have read and what I know has been fan-translated from Japanese, Arc 4 is like a very popular arc for people, even the Rem shippers, because it's just a very good, well-written arc, and it's good content. That's really what it is.
Listen, I've gotten 0 Rem like this season. Like we get none of her. Like she is about.
We do get Ram though.
We do get Ram. I'm not a Ram guy though. I'm a Rem guy. You know, my body pillow doesn't have Ram on it, so like. I'm
just saying we get enough like. We have Rem over here, and then we have Ram doing.
We have
things.
Rem adjacent.
We have
Rem adjacent.
We have Rem adjacent, who is just as cool.
But pink.
No. I want Rem, Mom. We have Rem at home. Rem at home. Ram.
Essentially, yes.
I just want to point out she's also a really good character too, especially like with her relationship with Garf and that whole thing going on. Like, great character. I just
want to point out, I actually don't have a Rem body pillow.
I feel lied to you.
What? Paul, you live with me. Where the fuck would I hide it?
This Dakimura would have to be like 4 feet long, so it's like, it's not.
Paul's gonna like come into the living room one morning, and it's gonna look like I'm in bed with like a girl or whatever. It's gonna be like a wig or whatever, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, busy night last night." I was like, "Yeah, I just wake up. It's got me and my fucking Rem body pillow with a wig on top of." Yeah, Paul.
This entire episode is cursed. Honestly,
I wasn't alone.
Guys, that'll be enough for this. That'll be enough for this week, guys. You can find me.
Rem, no, cover your eyes.
Say this with the light novel clip.
Oh my god.
Just hit this with the light novel, please.
Oh, I chose one this week. I just need to find it really quick. I didn't have my document up. Where is it? That's the one. It's right above I'm a behemoth, an S-ranked monster mistaken for a cat. I live as an elf girl's pet. All right, you guys ready for this week's light novel title?
Hit me with it.
Apparently, it's my fault that my husband has the head of a beast. Now, rumor has it, right?
Never mind.
Rumor has it that Princess Rosemary is an antisocial shut-in. But the truth is far stranger. The young princess hides from the world because of a strange condition. Whenever someone expresses a negative emotion, she sees their head transform into that of a fearsome beast. Seems there's no one in the dishonest world of courtly manners she can trust until she meets Prince Claudio of Baltzar, whose features remain ever human. The two marry, but she learns too late that his human features aren't thanks to a kindly nature. Claudio has become a very real beast, all because of Rosemary's accidental theft of his mana many years prior. Claudio's life and the future are on the line until he gets his mana back, and Rosemary would give anything to know how to do it. Will they break their mutual curse in time for Rosemary to get home for tea? Or will Claudio lose his temper first?
Okay, so I'm a level with you. I have no interest in this.
I don't either.
This one just doesn't hit.
I'm gonna let Tim speak for me. Thank you.
Like, normally you come out with something and it's just like, wow, I might actually go buy that on Bookwalker tonight.
The title was like interesting. The story was like, I'm good.
Yeah, like the title almost got me. The inside of the book jacket really just made me put it the fuck back down. It really do be like that.
You hate to see it, really. Like, sometimes you have this really good title and it just draws you in, like a really, really good title, you know, like Studio Blank. But then you look at the content, you're like, oh, this is shit.
Guys, you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/I_love_Mondays. And you can find me on Twitch doing Dota things at twitch.tv/I_love_Mondays. And then on doing Rare Drop things every Tuesday and Friday at twitch.tv/Rare Drop. Tim, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at Syndaxatrix, SYNDAXATRAX. You can find me running the Studio Blank Twitter at Studio Blank Pod. And you can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Studio Blank. Please give us money. We want to improve our content. And your financial support is the best way to do that. And to reference someone that has been memed quite a bit the last week, I might as well be the Bernie meme. I am once again asking for your financial support to our Patreon.
Man. And
we're skipping Comfy this week due to the cursed nature of the entire show. Thanks for doing the light novel title, and we'll talk to you next week. You can find me on Twitch
at Confamous, Twitter at Confamous, and you can find me editing the Studio Blank podcast. Otherwise, it's not getting put out this week. Paul, sorry about last week. I had surgery, so that's not really my fault that it was late, except it was. But I have excuses.
Guys, thanks for listening.
Bye,
Tim, send us out. Nate and I are done.
Thank you guys for listening. Have a great week, and we'll catch you next time on Studio Blank.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Don't end the stream yet.
I've stopped recording.
Yeah, no, we can stop recording.
I stopped recording.
No, Cherry wanted to know what the light novel title is. The light novel is Apparently It's My Fault That My Husband Has the Head of a Beast. It's a romance novel, so it's not like interesting.
Thanks, I hate it.
It's such a shame because that title was
the title
so good.
Had potential. See, that's the thing is like I've gotten to the point where it's like I either get a good title or a good synopsis, and it's really hard to find both of them right now.
That's very fair.
Like you need to remember I've been doing this for a while, so like a lot of the heavy hitters are gone. I'm still trying to find more.
That's very true. But like it's also
definitely more. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Jerry,
we were so top heavy in that first like 13 episodes with just absolute banger after banger after banger after banger, and now we're just kind of in that lull, just like our content.
Ayo. Well, I still have a good chunk. Like I have some that are fuck.
Like the one that just cracked you the fuck up.
Did I tell you about? I think we did it last week. It was the one with the warlock fucking a bunch of wives. Okay, we're saving that for next week. Don't worry.
And if it's a repeat, it's a good
Cherry. Yeah, Cherry, send me some. Please do. I have a title. I have a notepad on my desktop. I'm trying to find more and more, and it's really difficult to start finding ones with the outrageous titles now because we're hitting the point of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Like I can still definitely get some, so don't worry. But we're working on it.
We're getting to a point where it's like, oh no.
We're not at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, we're not
at the top.
Yeah, we're not digging through the dregs, but we're definitely not working with
I need to restart
USDA beef.
I need to restart the computer here because
Paul needs to make sure his computer lives, so the stream's gonna end. Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. This is the only content that I really produce anymore.